have a problem of saying that all of us haven't sacrificed. You were in the military, I was in the military, we already sacrificed. All right? Everybody in here is sacrificed because something out of our paychecks, off our property taxes, what have you, have went to a government entity to help take care of our national defense, help take care of our local, as far as law enforcement and other things. But we're, South Carolina is like $970 billion that we contribute to the defense appropriation for fiscal year 2010. And if you look at that, there's 108,000 law enforcement and firefighters, 130,000 teachers, 1 million children could get before or after school care or training or education. These are things that we're all sacrificing to be over there. And it wasn't the Taliban that came over here. It was a leader, Osama bin Laden, that we played games with for years. And I watched a 60-minute program where we had a Delta Force captain that was on there explaining that they had bin Laden and his people quartered in Tora Bora, and it came from the George Bush White House not to do it. And when I look at history, I'm a history buff, you look at Afghanistan, they're a people that are very diverse, various tribes, various tribal factions, everyone's fighting amongst each other, tribal leaders fighting, and then you find out here in the United States that we're sending money over there to bribe the Taliban not to attack us. Our taxpayer dollars pay the Taliban not to attack us. Well, why are we there in the first place? We shouldn't be there in the first place. We should be taking care of here. Take care of our infrastructure for the national transportation system. Make sure we have a system that's perfected, that we can catch people. Secure our borders. That would be a nice thing. Have a nice secure border where we don't have to worry about everybody coming up through the border with Mexico. Because that's something that we've never done. I mean, we have to look at our immigration issues we have within our country. We have people that should be American citizens that aren't. We need to figure out, are we going to keep people here, make them citizens, put them on the books, and then we know who's all here. And then those people who are our enemies that are here, that have snuck in or are hiding, we can get rid of. But we have to look at, why are we doing this? I mean, I hate to say where you start connecting the dots, but Karzai worked for an oil company in the Middle East, and it was a big issue between the Taliban and running a pipeline up through Kazakhstan. But everything, it seems, it comes down to oil. And you know what? Maybe what we need to do is get ourselves off of oil. And you want to defund the terrorists? Don't give them any money. Don't send any money to the Middle East. Develop green systems here where we can make ourselves independent of Middle Eastern oil. Because guess what? If they don't have money from oil, they have no money. And they're not going to be, the Saudis won't be having Wahhabi schools training young people to hate America. But then again, why do people hate us? And even in the book Imperial Futures, it talked about why Bin Laden doesn't hate us as Americans, but he hates us supporting corrupt dictatorships. To include, we supported Saddam Hussein for a number of years while he killed and tortured his own people. And we're supposed to be people that believe in freedom, and we're supporting dictators in Saudi Arabia, dictators in Syria, dictators in Jordan, dictators in Iraq, dictators in Afghanistan, where women have virtually no rights, where rape is considered legal. Is that what we want to perpetuate through the world? Do we want to support, of course, like Pakistan with the nukes, but you have roving dictatorships in and out, different people taking charge. We can't have that. And we got to quit poking our nose and prodding these people and supporting corrupt governments in the world. Why don't we support the good governments, and why don't we take care of our people? Thank you.